This nation was founded by men of many nations and backgrounds. It was founded on the principle that all men are created equal, and that the rights of every man are diminished when the rights of one man are threatened.
I said, this right to vote is the basic right without which all others are meaningless. It gives people as individuals, control over their own destinies.
We have a very sick and corrupt electoral process that must be fixed immediately. This election was
Here in Texas, former Governor Rick Perry signed a law that a federal court said was actually written with the purpose of discriminating against minority voters. He applauded when the Voting Rights Act was gutted and said the lost protections were outdated and unnecessary. But Governor Perry is hardly alone in his crusade against voting rights.
In recent elections, voting rights have been a hot topic. It seems that the American people are facing difficulty at the polls. Voting is a right granted to American citizens when they turn 18. Voting has been around since the foundation of our country. So why is the voting right now being hindered? We have to dive deep into the topic to learn that voting is not as easy as it seems. Depending on which state you live in the United States, your accessibility to vote changes. 2/3 of states require you to provide another ID other than your voter registration card. Requirements to vote in the United States vary depending on which state you reside in. Some states require photo IDs, while other places let you vote if you have your Social Security card, birth certificate, utility bills, etc. Also, if you fail to update your legal dealings before you vote, you may have to cast a provisional ballot. This is when you get married and don't change your name on your ID, or move and don't update your residence for billing if you present a bill as identification.
Different states have different requirements depending on the morale of each of the states. North Dakota has a very small population compared to states such as California, which give many of the precincts in North Dakota the ability to identify individuals very easily, even without IDs. IDs are required still, regardless of who is voting and who is at the polls.
Because we've found out that there's a lot of people that we don't know, and that how we verify their identification is through the driver's license. And to me, that's a central piece of information, and that's what we base our whole election system on.
Some states worry about voter fraud and other mishaps when it comes to voting. Representatives of many states have proposed over 200 bills to ensure voting integrity. Some bills limit mail-in ballots, require stricter identification on voters, narrow the window for in-person voting, and more. You have to ask the question, why add new laws when some states are fine with even less requirements? As students in rural North Dakota, we went to our local courthouse to find the answer to how our state handles voting integrity. Courthouse Auditor Jan Hamlin answered our question.
They fill out all the information for us, then we verify it with our system. But they are certifying, they are saying to us, yes, this is me. So would be if I found out that truly wasn't them, I turn anything over to our state's attorney to determine for prosecution.
Amendments throughout the years to the Constitution of the United States of America have helped Americans with the ability to vote. The 15th Amendment gave people of color the right to vote. The 19th Amendment allowed women to have the right to vote. The 24th Amendment eliminated poll taxes. And the 26th Amendment changed the voting age from 21 years of age to 18 years of age.
The issue is that the United States government does not have control on how voting in elections are to be done. The choices being made regarding voting is based on state governments. The United States government needs to step in and set national regulations in order that everyone that is a legal voter has the right to vote. As of now, people are not able to vote because it is just too hard for them to register and go to the polls.
I want a future where I get a fair share to speak for myself on government issues.
I want a future where my constitutional rights are protected.
I want a future where everyone has very easy access to vote.